Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we're going to tell you what WWE higher-ups really think of Sami Zayn.
Ronda Rousey shoots on WWE creative.
Got a backstage update on Ronda Rousey's direction.
And a WWE legend could be set to be involved in WrestleMania 39. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I wonder who that legend is.
And this is the news.
Let's kick things off by talking about Sami Zayn. So there's been a lot of talk about this chap in recent months, not just because he's become like one of the most popular baby faces in WWE in years and years and years and years. Featured prominently in the Bloodline storyline, wrestled Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber, lost, sparked some pretty intense discourse, hometown, all of that stuff. There were rumors going around and speculations going around that maybe WWE didn't see Sami Zayn as a top level guy, a main event level guy, and maybe that's why Cody Rhodes and not him headlining WrestleMania. Maybe that's why Sami's not factored into the WrestleMania world title plans at all, and it's Roman versus Cody in one match. Nonsense, apparently.
Yeah.
So this probably confirms what a lot of us were thinking. But it comes from Fightful Select. A WWE higher-up has moved to dispel the idea that WWE doesn't see Sami as a top guy. I'll just read the quote to you. He, as in Sami, has headlined a pay-per-view. He is the focal point of our biggest shows. He's main eventing WWE Raw and is 1B for the biggest storyline in the company. Elimination Chamber didn't happen in his hometown by accident. For anyone to say that we don't view him as a top guy either hasn't been watching or are just fabricating things. We had a solid set of plans in order for both him and the championship. Just because he isn't competing for the championship doesn't mean he isn't viewed at that level. He's been the MVP since last summer, and I couldn't see many people disagreeing with that point. There you go, it's pretty firm, it's pretty decisive. So it's going to be Sami and Kevin for the Usos tag team titles at Mania. I think it's a strong candidate to headline night one, but it seems like it's maybe going to be Rhea versus Charlotte Flair, which is not the one, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this has sparked a lot of passionate debate, which shows how fired up people are about Sami Zayn, but I think the way they've gone has been pretty damn great.
Yeah, I think big picture stuff, you look now, I think it was the right decision not to have him win the title over Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber or do anything like that. I think Cody versus Roman is one of the biggest main events we've had in years for WWE.
Definitely.
Pick the right decision there, Hunter, please.
They've got like two in a row, haven't they? Two pay-per-views, Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, two of the biggest main events they've had in years. It's great.
I will say I glanced at this story and just saw the letter B and went, oh God, B+ player. 1B, 1A and 1B, got it, thank God for that.
Yeah.
Just to back up your point, Papa Itch, come here, mate. Put the tag title match in the main event of night one because two reasons. Now, I get it, there's a nice sort of cyclical quality, I suppose, if you have it like the tag team title match open night two and then Roman versus Cody close night two. That's nice. But then I also feel a little bit bad. I know this may not apply to many, but some people might be only going for night one. Yeah. They might have only tickets for night one and give them that match. Give them at least one half of the Bloodline saga. I just feel like any match that goes on after that is just going to be anticlimactic. And for God's sake, Charlotte Flair was getting what chance on SmackDown?
Yeah.
And, what did you choose to main event SmackDown? Was it Charlotte Flair on the penultimate SmackDown for WrestleMania? No, it was just a fluffy little KO segment with a bit of a brawl with the Usos. Come, it's staring you right in the face. I get it, right? Equality and all that, but I think the best thing about it here is you go, well, what are the two biggest matches? They're the two main events.
That's how it should always work.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
And don't give me the argument of, well, it's the two Royal Rumble winners. Are we really going to get into this? Because you and I both know that the Royal Rumble winner has not main evented every single WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's not a rule.
Nope, you just made that up.
Yes. Arbitrary.
But speaking of former Royal Rumble winners, Ronda Rousey has been shooting on Instagram on WWE Creative. Obviously, the plans for her at WrestleMania have changed so much in recent months, or at least what we thought was going to happen. It was going to be her versus Becky for the title. Then it was no title, but at least her versus Becky, sort of legacy feud there. It's ended up, obviously, she's in that tag team title three-way right now, but it will be a four-way, won't it? No,
WrestleMania Showcase.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, basically, the winners of that are probably going to fight for the tag titles further down the line. It's probably going to be Shayna and Ronda Rousey. We'll find a little bit more about her creative in Probably about 3.5 minutes. But these guys, read you the comments she made on Instagram. Imagine what our You Only Live Once, that's Liv Morgan's Instagram, as if you needed telling that. Imagine what our feud could have been if we weren't hamstrung by a bunch of octogenarians who still think they know how to be hip while putting less than 5 minutes of thought a week into a women's storyline. Emoji. Hashtag Ronda on the road. That obviously refers to her feud with Liv Morgan. She dropped the title to her at Money in the Bank when Liv cashed in. Then they had a controversial finish at SummerSlam that made both women look bad, if I'm perfectly honest. And then obviously Liv dropped the title back to her at Extreme Rules before Ronda dropped it to Charlotte, and there we are today.
Yeah, it's not the first time that Ronda has spoken out over creative for herself and the women's division as a whole. It was a bad feud.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good feud.
I was willing it to be good.
Yeah.
I was like, let it play out, and it's played out, and it was rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not like a condemnation of the performers or anything. You know, the matches weren't great or whatever, but like the creative of the feud was a bit whack. Liv, throughout her title reign, was always portrayed as like lucky babyface.
Yeah.
Kind of fluking her way through people, which is no way to book a babyface champion, especially not one of your world titles. So, yeah, I mean, she's kind of right. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a much easier storyline to be told there where, like, Ronda, like, just snaps, like, I'd already fought once and I was injured and you cashed in, you cheeky little. And then you do some shenanigans, not what you did at SummerSlam, and then you can still flip-flop the title back to Ronda if you want. But, yeah, it was just so messy. It didn't help Liv, it didn't help Ronda, it didn't help the SmackDown Women's Championship. And I think it was played a large part in them going, bollocks this, let's just give it Charlotte and have her face Rhea instead. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, let's pivot over to this story, talking about Ronda Rousey's direction in WWE. Yeah, that's pretty much the case. So Ronda obviously now teaming with Shayna Baszler full-time, kind of like they've taken their real-life friendship and formalized it on screen, which is something that they should maybe have done a while ago, but hey, I'm here for it.
And not beaten either of them for quite some time.
Yeah, but that would have been nice.
I'm not going to get a Shayna Baszler around on a Monday.
It's WrestleMania week. Be happy. Let's be happy. Right. Ronda actually pushed for this. She pushed and preferred to be presented with Shayna in the tag team storyline. This is according to Fightful Select, and it's following all the recent creative changes that have revolved around Rousey. And it does note here as well that they're going to get a shot at the women's tag team titles.
Good.
That's coming. You'd imagine, and this is not the report, this is me putting two and two together, they'll win the WrestleMania showcase and then challenge Lita and Becky later down the line at some stage, because Lita and Becky are in a trios match with Trish against Damage. So, Fife will just go through some of the stuff here. They'd previously reported on plans for Ronda, noting that she was going to defend against Raquel Rodriguez at the Rumble and then Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. But plans had to be changed when creative for the WrestleMania season could not be agreed upon. Basically, what happened, as we now know, is that Raquel was fast-forwarded 1 month into December, which was a really good match.
Yeah.
And then on the night Charlotte Flair returned, beat Ronda for the title immediately after in a creative decision that was made on the day. And Charlotte didn't know until the day of as well, so that's pretty cool. They worked her. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Whatever you think of Charlotte Flair's current presentation, that's pretty fun. Ronda took some time off, a couple weeks, maybe a month thereabouts, came back, teaming with Shayna Baszler now. And we have that WrestleMania showcasing thing. So originally it was going to be Rhea and Ronda at Mania and Bianca Belair and Charlotte. Now we've got Bianca versus Asuka, which is cool.
Yeah.
Feud's not been great, but the match will rule. And Rhea versus Charlotte.
In fact, at no point considered Rhea versus Bianca, which could be the best match that they could have. But I understand that because they're kind of both massively over. I know Rhea's meant to be a heel, but everyone's wanting her to win a title at WrestleMania, so it would have been stupid. And Bianca Belair's streak, there's still something there, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Asuka finished. She finished if she loses? I'm not sure.
I don't know what's going on. The build yet again. Surprise, surprise, and through no fault of her own, the build to a Bianca Belair WrestleMania match has sucked, and that match is still going to rule because Bianca Belair is awesome.
Who wrote it? Bruce Pritchard. He's finished too.
I'm glad about a new direction for Ronda, though. I think this is interesting. I think they could have handled this a lot better in terms of they've not. What I would have liked of them to come back and just kick ass, broken 6 women's arms, basically.
Like a shoot.
Yeah, just kick ass. It's been a bit like I suppose we'll do this instead.
Yeah.
But hopefully they can just have a great showcase match, and then you're like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Lita and Trish and...
That'd be cool.
Wait a second. Lita and Trish haven't got the tag titles, have they?
Lita and Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like a Freebird rule just because they're in the sixth woman, basically. But yeah, excited to see what they do next, and hopefully this relights that spark under Ronda Rousey, because I was hearing reports that she's feeling a bit, and that's understandable the way they've booked her, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, let's talk about this guy. Gangrel looks set to be a part of
My
WrestleMania 39, making Andy Murray's dreams come true. This is coming via PW Insider Elite. Apparently he is set to be featured in some form or fashion at the showcase of the Immortals. One would assume, of course, that would be involved in Edge versus Finn Balor inside Hell in a Cell, maybe as part of Edge's entrance. Obviously, Balor's bringing back the Demon character. I couldn't believe we woke up to this story. And then I dug deeper with some of my sources, Andy Murray. Now I've got my little birds on the inside, also set to be featured at WrestleMania. Scotty 2 Hotty and Kevin Nash, because apparently all the What Culture dreams are coming true today. Those two less likely. This one's a legitimate story.
Yeah, fun. I you know what? I'm kind of at the point with Finn versus Edge where maybe they should just make it as silly as possible.
Yes, stop doing serious rooms and in rooms with candles.
Maybe wash away all of that and go full Judgment Day and full Gangrel, full Brood.
Yes.
Why not? Let's just go silly. I'm here for it.
Yes.
WrestleMania is full of serious storylines. Maybe this one can get a little dumb.
Yeah. And as Hamlet has pitched from day one
What is going on
of
through
this,
there? Sounds like a riot.
I think the Daddy Boys are having a fight again.
Maybe they're watching that XPW spot. Anyway.
But yeah, have a purple Hell in a Cell cage, please.
Yeah.
For the Judgment Day. And also, by the way, I mentioned Shayna Baszler earlier. I'm not going to rant, but if you want to hear me rant about that, check out our WrestleMania travesties video that came out yesterday.
Yesterday, baby. Yeah, lots of shooting going on in
Yeah.
there. Also, if you want to know what we don't want to happen at WrestleMania, Nightmares That Could Come True coming later this week. Filming today.
I'm excited.
Filming today.
Guess who's got the Mysterios match?
Yep. Guess who assigned that on purpose?
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at What Culture WWE. Of course, you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from D Bull Legend. # Believe in the Shield on Twitter.
Still believes in the Shield. I respect it.
Yeah. That's because Dean Ambrose never left WWE. That's why, probably. WWE, or should I say Triple H, could have easily had Bobby Lashley face Karrion Kross or Damian Priest, who are top talent at WrestleMania. All three men deserve to be in a WrestleMania match. Less a question, more of a statement.
Yeah.
But what do you reckon about those three? I feel a bit bad for Damian Priest, but I sense he's still going to be busy.
Yeah, Priest will have a role on the card, so I'm less upset about him.
Yeah, he's not missing out per se.
Yeah, he'll probably fight Gangrel, you know?
Good point, yeah.
He'll probably end up fighting Gangrel somehow at the pay-per-view, so that'll be fun. Not in a match, obviously, but at ringside. Cross, I don't get the impression he's really gotten over to the degree that would warrant a spot on the card.
It's not justified, you're right.
Yeah, but is that the booking's fault? I think that's an interesting conversation. Bob Lashley sucks that he's not going to make it because obviously he had a match and obviously Bray is unwell or he's dealing with this physical issue and he's not going to be able to. So that's a shame. I don't necessarily... Who would he face? I mean, you could do the LA Knight thing and have him being really mouthy. Just come out and do a promo because he's teasing being on the show. Yeah, you might as well just have him beat LA Knight's ass in 4 minutes or something. Why not?
Yeah, you could it's Bobby Lashley. He kind of needs to be on the card, as does LA Knight, to be honest. So who knows? They could set it up on Raw tonight if need be.
Yeah.
But LA Knight just pinned a guy who's on the WrestleMania card, so...
Where's the lie, folks?
Alberta Booze Cruise, getting a lot of good questions from them recently. Alberta Booze Cruise, right. So, guys, if you could get Simon in a match at WrestleMania, who's he facing and what is the finish?
Repo Man, obviously.
Yeah.
Open goal, isn't it? The Repo Man steals one because he's Repo Man. That's the deadliest move in all of sports entertainment.
Drop Simon on the hardest part of the ring, the apron, and
obviously.
then surprise roll up, 1, 2, 3.
Boom, boom, boom. That's all you need, baby.
But if you are heading to WrestleMania for WrestleMania weekend, he's not wrestling on WrestleMania, but he is wrestling. Check out, no doubt all the dates will be on his Twitter, but he's doing a few things, a few matches and what have you over there At Simon Miller 316, as if you needed to know.
Busy
that.
boy.
Final question today comes from Brian George, who says, good morning, guys. Quick question. Where has Shinsuke Nakamura been? Do you think he's the one that Trips will push after Mania? I feel like Nakamura versus Rhodes would be a banger.
Yeah, he's kind of disappeared into the ether, hasn't he? What was his last match? Muta? On the 1st of January?
Yes.
What? That's wild.
It feels that way anyway. I can't remember any.
I think, to me, I don't know if he's injured or something. I suppose he might be. It's not been reported as such. It might just be a case of, hey, we don't really have anything for you creatively, so instead of just putting you on TV with nothing to do, take some time off, brother.
Which I fully support.
Me too. That could be the case. I think that's the likeliest outcome. As far as like a post-WrestleMania push goes, I don't know if I'm putting them straight into that world title level, particularly against Cody, because they're both baby faces. You can do Nakamura as a heel. He just kicks people in the balls, doesn't he? So you could do that. Hey, Cody, kick him in the family jewels. Cody's all about family. There you go. Perfect storyline. But yeah, I'd bring him back in some kind of singles push. Maybe not the world title, though.
Maybe if Cena wins the US title, they can go back to that, because they kicked each other's asses.
That would be really good, actually. Their SmackDown match kicked ass back in the day.
Yeah.
So why not?
Really, really like that.
Well, I mean, Cena got dropped on his head.
Yeah.
Pretty nastily. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember.
No, you're right, because there were people like, they're going to get pissed off at Nakamura for that. I was like, kind of spot.
He was totally fine. Yeah, he was totally fine.
Cena was fine with it there.
Yeah, stop concern trolling.
Yeah,
Or I
either
will
that.
troll you.
I think that's probably the best booking, Andy. Or send him back to NXT to feud with Sol Ruka, who's also got a surfer gimmick. So, surf things.
Right.
You're allowed to use a body. What do they call it? Boogie board.
Boogie woogie.
Why do they call it a boogie board? It's a bodyboard, we call it, right?
Oh, wow.
Let us know in the comments.
I'm beach-averse. I don't like the beach.
Oh.
It's a hot take.
I hate sand.
It just gets
coarse and it's thick and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, man, it's not pleasant. I'm not a beach guy. What can I say?
I am a beach guy, despite everything to the contrary. Can't wait to get sunburnt now. It's light till 7 p.m.
I know. Just Hey!
Andy Murray feud. Oh, you could fight. That's we're in a book feud going forward. We're going to fight superhero characters. That bloke who's made out of sand in Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
the Sandman.
The Joker. Yeah. What? Oh, the Sandman. He makes
Joker.
He makes you go to sleep. It's CM Punk, innit?
Why so sandy? So move on to today's and finally, and a bit of a self-indulgent one, if I'm perfectly honest, Andy, because Cody Rhodes shared a photo of that weight belt that he's going to be wearing on night 2 of WrestleMania when he fights for all the belts against Roman Reigns. And look, his name's like, you zoom in nice and close, and there's all like these little promotions, little Impact Wrestling. That's good for them.
Little Impact.
Good for you guys.
Sorry, Impact.
Evolve, whoever they are. And then look, top right-hand corner. WCPW. Some people say that is where Cody Rhodes made his name. When I say that, I say that's where Cody Rhodes made his name. But I do genuinely think, to be somewhat serious here, I think it's a lovely touch that from Cody. Isn't it?
It's a nice thing to do for sure, and I'm looking forward to the WCPW robe that he has told me personally he's coming out with.
I look forward to Vince getting out of the bucket of Tipex as he walks through Gorilla on Sunday night. We won't be doing that, Cody. Thank you very much.
Hey, there you go.
In fact, I want you to go out there and cut a promo how they're all rubbish except for us. Okay.
Oh boy, what a life.
Good luck, Cody, from all of us at WCPW.
Don't lose.
Please don't lose.
That's a shame if you lose.
Yes.
Hope you don't.
Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stories, and particularly the boogie board question. Comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to What Culture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from. For daily wrestling podcast, myself and the Daddy Boys sitting down to review SmackDown and AEW Rampage, and look ahead to the WrestleMania Go Home Monday Now Raw a little bit later on today. Thoughts, Twitter questions, all that good stuff at What Culture WWE on Twitter. Watch there. You can follow both of us. You can follow Andy Murray at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hoop 44. Cocaine Hoop.
Follow me on Twitter.
It's like the bear.
Yeah. Do you watch that now?
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Starts with Jane. I saw your tweet.
Yes, it does. What Orange
Worth
Cassidy.
a watch?
I don't like gore, and it's really gory. Like, it's really gory. And I'm a wimp when it comes to gore. So, maybe not for me,
Okay.
but maybe for you.
I'll check it out. At Adam Wilborn on Twitter for me. At What Culture WWE for all of us. For now, my thanks to Andy Murray, to Gangrel. Thank you for joining us. And we We'll see you soon.
So gory, man.